Hi everyone, and welcome to this week's Monday Memo. And last week's, some of you might recall, I described the trust equation, how we could perhaps build a business case around having high levels of trust. And this week, I wanted to help you understand how we can actually delve a bit deeper and actually build a capability around delivering high trust, whether it be with ourselves, our relationships, our teams, and our organizations. And we can start doing that from finance. So this is an area I've always tried to improve upon because I've always believed that we needed to get credibility around the numbers. So I'm going to share with you some ideas from a book I read called The Speed of Trust by Stephen M.R. Covey. And Stephen Covey represents building trust a bit like having a tree which is born between two dimensions, a character and competence. Character is something that includes your integrity, your motives, your intents with people. Competence, on the other hand, includes your capabilities, your skills, your results, and your track record. And both dimensions are vital. For instance, if your competence, which let's say is like the branches or the leaves or the fruit that you see on the tree above the ground, is strong, because let's say in finance we have a track record of producing accurate and complete reports or supporting some successful decision making. But on the other hand, our character is weak because we don't keep our commitments, turn up to meetings on time, or others perceive that we've some hidden agenda. Then imagine when a storm comes along, the tree will blow down because as much as the fruits and the branches and the leaves are strong, there's a very weak trunk and roots, so it'll just fall straight over. So you need both elements of competence and character to build sustained trust. And similarly, let's imagine a colleague, on the other hand, who's sincere, even honest. Would you trust that person if they don't actually ultimately deliver results or even have the necessary skills to deliver the outcomes, even though they're a good person? Yeah. So similar scenario, the tree's not going to be sustained or trust is not going to be sustained. So ultimately then, I sort of look at trust that can be built in a few steps. And the first one is a bit like the airline metaphor where, when the oxygen mask falls down, in the event of a loss of cabin pressure, and you have to tend to yourself first before helping other passengers. Ultimately, the first step when it comes to trust is you have to start with yourself. The second step is to find opportunities to build your own credibility by balancing the four cores of credibility mentioned by Covey, which are integrity, intent, capabilities, and results. And as we know in finance, a person's reputation or brand is a direct reflection of their credibility, and this precedes them even before they walk into a meeting room or have any interactions or negotiations. When our credibility and reputation are high, it enables us to establish trust faster. So recall the trust equation from the last episode. High trust means speed goes up, cost goes down, results get better. And luckily, there's 13 behaviours that have been identified in high trust leaders around the world that act a bit like a force multiplier, so they quickly build and maintain trust for you. So when you adopt some or all of these ways of behaving, it's like making rapid and quickly appreciating deposits into someone's trust account. So what are these? They're talk straight, demonstrate respect, create transparency, right wrongs, deliver results, practice accountability, clarify expectations, listen first, keep commitments, and extend trust to others. So I'll do is I might have missed a couple there, but I'll put the full list on the show notes so you to go check out. And then the final step is that you've got to trust others first, because if you don't trust other people, how can you ever expect them to trust you? In effect, you've got to give to get. And these are all the characteristics demonstrated by guest mentors on our Strength in the Numbers show. The reason why they've become so influential and gone on to solve meaningful problems for their organizations is because they practice these behaviors knowingly or unknowingly. They've built their credibility by having great character, really strong roots, no hidden agendas, and as well as continually working on improving their capabilities and delivering and adding to their track record of results. So look, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, let your friends know and your colleagues know. We're also on all the main platforms out there, iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, and we've a load more of the videos on YouTube. So until next time, take care of yourselves and let's keep on building our strength in the numbers.